Hello and welcome to the channel. Why am I showing you a blank piece of paper? It is actually a banknote, believe it or not. And no, it's not April Fool's. That happened on Saturday the 1st of April. This is a banknote that is what is termed a Notgeld banknote. In other words, it is one that's issued in an emergency. It's issued for a small period of time and is normally issued when there is a huge amount of problems with the country. Now, this note is 100 million marks, Reichsmarks. It was issued on the September the 1st, 1923. Now this note has a puce or reddish brown border. It has flowers in each corner of the border. Inside the border it's a blue background, and on the background you have several designs. I'm not sure what they represent. They don't seem to represent anything obvious. There's two sort of star-shaped ones or flower-shaped ones, and one central one. Now these banknotes were normally issued for a very short period of time, maybe a month, maybe 6 weeks, maybe only 2 weeks. The reason for that is what happened is if you didn't spend the money before the time was up, you took it to the bank and you reissued a new note to the same value, or as they were trying to bring inflation down, they would have given you maybe a note of a slightly lesser value. As things improved, you might have got a note of a slightly lesser value. And that was the way that they worked it, to try and bring inflation under control, or the hyperinflation that was happening during this period. It of course ended up in 1929 having the New York crash, which made it almost impossible to buy a loaf of bread without a barrow load of these sort of notes. This one has a serial number of 047815. As I said, it was issued on the 1st September 1923. So chances were this one would have been out of date by October 1923. You have the two signatures here, one here and one here, of the issuing people who issued it. All in all, it is a note that shows you what hyperinflation did in Germany in the 1920s. That you had a one single-sided coloured note that was worth 100,000 Reichsmarks. You couldn't figure that really, could you? What would it have bought? I don't know. At that time, possibly a loaf of bread, possibly some milk, some basic essential stuff that you need to survive. I'm not 100% sure exactly how much this would have bought at that time, but I wouldn't imagine it would be, I don't suppose for 1 minute it would have been a complete week's shopping. It would be some pieces, partial shop. So it's very difficult to know how people survived that time when you think about these notes and what they actually bought, even though they were high value. It doesn't bear thinking about when we complain today about a dozen eggs not being on the shelf. These people were spending probably 10 or 12 of these notes to get bread, milk and eggs. it doesn't bear thinking about from a modern point of view. However, that ends my review of this note. I'm glad you enjoyed it, or I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, could you please give me the thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, could you think about doing so, and if you believe I deserve it, please subscribe. I would love to have you along through the rest of my journey through coins, banknotes, collectibles and militaria. I do 4 videos a week, so hopefully you'll find something that you enjoy in the next week. Or should I say, I do a minimum of 4 videos a week. In the meantime, until we meet up again, thank you for staying to the end, and until we meet up again, from me, bye bye. Ta-da now.